He is a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame recording artist. He is a member of the historic Jackson 5 and the Jackson Singing Phenomenon. And in case you didn't know, it's Tito Time. We're talking with about the title of Tito Jackson's, I still can't believe this when I read it, Tito, first solo album. I mean, here's a guy, you've been in the music industry for decades. Are you, if I remember right, you're the last of the Jackson family, if I read this right.
That's correct.
To put out a solo. Why so long?
Well, you know, I was the first brother to get married, so that put me with a wife, responsibility. Plus I had the Jackson 5 at the same time, very busy. Then 2 years later, comes the first kid. Right. Then I'm a father. Then comes another one and another one. Now I got 3 boys. And I just wanted to be there for my boys because chasing the Jackson 5 and all the other responsibilities and trying to do a solo career as well was like something's gonna flunk here. Yeah. You know, so I just decided to wait later on.
So what clicked and what changed? What suddenly, I mean, was it just the kids getting old enough that they?
Well, actually, I had put the whole thing on the back burner. You know, it became later in my life, and I had said, basically, maybe I shouldn't do this album. You know, I'm a little older in age and whatever. But it was the fans' request. They wanted me to do something, and they say every member in your family has a record, and why don't you have a solo album? You know, we have a collection here. Where's yours? Right. So I felt I was dedicated to do that.
So when it comes time to do that, and I mean, you know, as you said, I mean, decades of traveling, decades of being with the brothers and doing their music, what did you want to put into this? I mean, what did you want the stamp to be for Tito's music?
Well, I just wanted it to be me. Music that I enjoy, music that I like. I didn't try to do a certain type of music for this person or that person. I wanted to do everything because I like country, I like blues, I like R&B, I like pop, I like it all. Right. So I basically put an album together with all those different genres that works. And that's what I have, Tito Time.
So when you started putting it together, were there people that you thought, okay, either session guys I want on this, or artists that I'd like to have?
Oh yeah, you always
work
think
with
of
me?
You always think of artists that you want to work with. And some of the artists I did work with, being Jocelyn Brown, and I worked with Betty Wright, and I got to work with Big Daddy King, and of course my 3 sons, 3T. So we've all recorded some of the songs.
Now, and I've got to ask this because I know a lot of people are wondering. I know the Jacksons are still out there doing some touring, right?
Yes. Matter of fact, this year marks our 50th year. So we're doing a 50-year celebration tour in the UK starting on July the 14th. We would be in England, touring the country of England.
Wow.
Yes.
That'll be cool. So at this point, I mean, after doing this for so long and going through all the trials and tribulations of just staying on the road, trying to keep the family together with the things that have happened, does there ever come a point when you think, okay, maybe I've done it long enough?
No, because it's something I really love and enjoy doing. Okay. You know, and it's in my blood. I've been doing this since I was a little boy. And it's something, it's the only thing I do, basically, is my music, and I love creating music and presenting it to the world.
Has it been easy to get people to accept the fact that this is Tito's music and it's Tito's time?
Well, the hardest thing about that has been I was such a quiet member in the group. I hardly ever talked. They didn't even know I can talk. So never long come out with a solo album. So a lot of people are surprised.
Yeah, I can remember people go, oh yeah, he's the shy one.
Yeah, I never talked at all, and I did a lot of things behind the scenes. But as far as being out front, trying to do the moonwalk or whatever, that wasn't me.
That wasn't your job, though, was it?
No, I was a musician, background singer.
You know, I read someplace where you were talking about the idea, you know, when the Jacksons get together, you know, there's no way you can, the old idea, you can't, you know, forget the elephant in the room. I mean, that Michael's not there, and he was such a presence in the performance, but you guys take it from there and try to do a tribute to him every night.
Yeah, you keep going. I mean, show business is one of those business that if you love what you do and you want to continue, you have to continue, keep going. You know, the Jackson 5 was built with 5 members, and we just feel that it's what we do. It's our livelihood, it's our life, it's our love. So we must keep going.
So from this point, I mean, you're touring the UK. Do you see a time when you'll come back to the States?
Oh, absolutely. Yes, it's a matter of time, and some recordings and things of that nature, but absolutely. I see my brothers and myself doing this for maybe another decade at least.
Really?
Oh yeah.
That's to me is the interesting part about it. And if you're just joining us again, we're talking with Tito Jackson this morning, again, Hall of Famer in the Rock Hall of Fame. It's amazing to me to how many guys that started about the same time that you guys got started are still out there and
Yes.
still performing.
Oh, absolutely. You have a lot of artists out there today that started with the Jackson brothers. You can include people like Earth, Wind and Fire. Donnie and Maria still doing it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
look at the Rolling Stones, and we can go on and on. So show business is becoming a younger thing. You get older, but it still feels young. You still able to create and present your product.
Yeah, and again, Tito Time is out there. Where can I get a copy if I'm
You can
interested?
find Tito Time on Spotify, iTunes, and all your musical distribution
So I can
outlets.
stream it, I can listen to it
You can
almost
stream it, you
any way
can
I
listen to it, you can enjoy it.
Boy, and you talk about things that have changed since you guys started. I mean, could you have even imagined back in the early days of touring that there'd be a time when you could stream music or that, portable devices, everywhere?
It's absolutely amazing how the business has changed. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing or both, but it's changed tremendously. There was a time that everything has to be done through a media or a magazine or whatever, and I was just going Facebook Live telling my audience that I'm going to be on the show.
Yeah.
So we never could do stuff like that, and it's great. So all my fans get to catch this interview and so on.
Well, it's a pleasure having you with us this morning. Appreciate your dropping by.
Thank you.
Thanks
Nice
for
seeing
coming
you.
in, Tito Jackson. Again, it's Tito Time. You can pick up a copy, as you heard him say, Spotify and a number of other outlets across the country.